So this post was on 11/19/19 on Tuesday, and it is from Anonymous, and it is titled New Star Wars Leak. According to this post, the climax of the movie has been altered yet again. Everything here is based on the newest cut right now. Rey arrives on Exegol to confront Sheev. Sheev is attached to his life support chair. See, now that is a detail I did not have, that he was on a life support chair. Of course, if he's in a life support chair, why the hell is he out on some kind of weird water planet? I don't know. Seems like he'd be able to afford a hospital, but I guess all those Death Star cannons are kind of expensive and Medicare wouldn't cover them. I don't know. Sheev talks to Rey, reciting nearly word for word his speech to Luke from Return of the Jedi. Sheev confirms that Rey is his granddaughter, but doesn't go into detail about which one of her parents was his offspring. Well, probably because nobody gives a damn. It's true. Who cares? Honestly, who cares at this point? It's just sad. Rey asks Sheev, they're on a first name basis now, it's Sheev. Palpatine is what I call him. Rey asks Sheev how he's still alive if Vader killed him 31 years ago. This is an alteration from the Kylo meeting Sheev scene, which I referenced in my video. See, there's a lot in here that makes me believe that this is a genuine post. I think this has really been ignored because I think people have looked at this and just said, oh, this is information that Doomcock already broke. No, this seems to reinforce that the movie has evolved since that test screening. And this is fascinating to me, particularly later on in this narrative, because apparently they've kept the very worst thing in this cut. Plot twist. Sheev reveals that he's the real Palpatine. The Sheev who died in Return of the Jedi was merely a clone. Sheev knew that Vader would ultimately betray him, so he prepared several clones in advance for such an occasion while he hid himself on Exegol, tricking the galaxy into thinking he was dead. The Knights of Ren are also implied to be clones. Send in the clones. During this revelation, another clone walks in, appearing to be far younger than the current Sheev. This clone is played by Matt Smith. As a side note, says the source, this is easily the worst part of the entire movie based on this current cut, as it implies that Palpatine willingly allowed his empire to fail. It directly negates Vader's sacrifice and made everyone post Return of the Jedi look like massive idiots who got bamboozled. Much like the fans. Anyway, the post continues. Kylo Ren approaches the throne room, but the Knights of Ren stop him. Rey force teleports Leia's lightsaber to him. Oh my God. Leia doesn't have a lightsaber because Leia's not a Jedi. That's wrong. So anyway, with Leia's non-existent lightsaber, Kylo kills all the Knights of Ren and enters the throne room. Sheev smiles and states how Rey and Kylo have finally been brought together, almost mirroring Snoke's speech in The Last Jedi. This is one of the things that Jar Jar meant of honoring The Last Jedi. Sheev says, execute Order 67 through a hologram, exactly as I reported. The Sith armada of Star Destroyers mounted with Death Star cannons arises from the water. So this is a change from what I reported. My source at that earlier screening said that a humongous ship jumped into the fray and it had twin Death Star cannons. Now apparently, old Sheev has been making so much bank on Exegol while on his life support chair. I don't know. Maybe he sells Amway. I don't know. He does telemarketing. I mean, I don't know how you make that kind of dough, in a life support chair on Exegol, but apparently you can. And he's been busy, and now all the Star Destroyers have Death Star cannons mounted to them. Okay, well, that's nice to know. Leia and Hux join forces and assemble the Resistance fleet. They engage with the Sith forces over Exegol. Well, that's the problem with these big Death Star cannons, is they're really kind of lousy against, ship-to-ship assaults. I mean, they're basically good for blowing up planets, but generally, planets don't attack Star Destroyers, so, it's not really all that useful, is it? But never mind. Let's go on. Jana and Finn lead a cavalry charge aboard General Pride's flagship to disable it, as regular ships can't destroy it for some reason. The reason being, then they wouldn't have, the chance to gallop horsies on the surface of the Star Destroyer. Did I actually say that? Am I having an episode? Star horsies on a Star Destroyer. They're charging on a Star Destroyer. I did not hallucinate that, right? I mean, that's how bad things have gotten, folks. That's how bad things have gotten. I mean, it used to be we could evaluate these leaks for plausibility and say, well, this sounds far-fetched, that sounds far-fetched. No, this is admitted. This is in the trailer. They have space horses galloping on the outside of a Star Destroyer. This is not good. Who the fuck thought this was good? I don't know. I'm disturbed. Let's go on. So I guess this has changed from the leak I reported, as I reported from my source that it was Rose Tico and Finn who were leading the cavalry charge. But this might simply be that Rose was not mentioned, but Rose is there. It might simply be a semantic difference between who is actually leading the charge. I don't know. But we do know, according to this latest cut, via this anonymous source, Jana and Finn lead a cavalry charge aboard General Pride's flagship to disable it, as regular ships can't destroy it for some reason. They must take out the flagship in order to send the Sith fleet into a disarray. Finn and Jana kill Pride and take out the flagship. Isn't that a terrible design flaw? When you sink so much money into this entire fleet with Death Star cannons on it, that you go ahead and you have one ship that they've got to destroy to throw them into disarray. This is so dumb. We saw this way back in The Phantom Menace, and I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now. This is embarrassing. This is stupid. Who designed shit like this? Who would come up with this garbage? Well, I guess Shiva's on life support, maybe, oxygen deprivation in his brain, something, I don't know. Of course, he's not designing it, he's just paying for it. It's not like old Sheev goes to the drawing board and gets out his, T-square and his protractor, and this will do it, and then I'm going to put these nice cannons on the front here, and they're going to blast things. No, I think I'll put a big antenna on this one, so it controls all the other ships. God damn it, stupid. So, to continue with this narrative, oh my god, this is going to be bad. Sheev cackles and shoots out Force lightning to disable the entire Resistance fleet. The Millennium Falcon gets blown up. Leia, Lando, Chewie, 3PO, and R2-D2 die. This is supposed to be the, quote, saddest part of the movie. And so they haven't changed that. Son of a bitch. They have not changed the single scene that caused people reportedly, from my source, to walk out of the test screening. My God, they are still going to kill, according to this updated cut, according to this anonymous source, they're still going to kill everyone. Everyone. They're going to blow up the Millennium Falcon. Leia, Lando, Chewie, 3PO, and R2-D2 are going to die, and you're going to have to watch this snuff film come Christmas. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? And aside from that, how do you feel about Sheev cackling and shooting out Force lightning himself personally to disable the entire Resistance fleet? How do you feel about that? Palpatine alone shooting out Force lightning to disable the entire fleet. And this mofo is on life support? What? Oh my God, this is bad. He personally, with Force lightning, disables the entire Resistance fleet. And yet somehow Rey is gonna beat him. Oh my God in heaven, this is bad stuff, folks. I don't. My mind is boggled. This is even. You think that they would have improved on this film since the test screening that I reported on with my source. But no, it actually appears that they have made it worse. They have made this thing worse, and I am flabbergasted. God. So, Sheev can go ahead and cackle and shoot out force lightning to disable the entire resistance fleet, but now apparently Sheev has difficulty offing Rey and Kylo. He can do that to the resistance fleet, but he has to struggle against Rey and Kylo. Now, according to this account, Sheev kills Kylo with force lightning and sends him into the abyss. Boy, isn't that adding insult to injury? It's like, not only will I kill you, but now I send you into the abyss. Boy, what a dick. Then this causes Rey to get angry and channel every Jedi ever. Every Jedi ever. Sheev shoots lightning at Rey, but she deflects it back at him. Sheev blows up, dying once and for all. I guess basically she reflects his lightning at him and says, oh no, 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 you are not gonna man lightning me. Blows him up. He dies once and for all. Rey then shoots a torrent of lightning into the sky and disables the rest of the Sith Armada. Well, I'm glad that Sheev killing Kylo is finally what made Rey mad enough to shoot lightning. Never mind all the things, the horrible things that the Empire Reborn is doing. Never mind all the people that are dying. Never mind that everyone she knows is at risk. It's when he kills Kylo that she's had it. And she's gonna go ahead and strike back. Oh my God. So Rey goes ahead, shoots her own lightning into the sky and disables the rest of the Sith Armada. The remaining resistance ships finish them off. Victory ensues, and everyone cheers for Rey, except of course the audience, which will be hopefully stunned into a kind of morbid silence at this atrocity that Jar Jar Abrams has wrought at Christmas. The ending involving Tatooine and Rey Skywalker is the same. They go to Tatooine to bury the Skywalker family's stuff, and a stranger walks up to Rey and asks her who she is. She takes on the surname Skywalker as a title, for she has, quote, found her place in life and whatnot, the end.